Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. NVIDIA closed positive today, but there was no clear direction. In this video, we'll discuss the reason behind this behavior and try to evaluate if NVIDIA can go further high or down in next few days. Now, let's get started. Starting with the daily summary, NVIDIA opened at 126.80. It made a high 127.66. It made a low 121.80 and it closed at 124.04. That is 0.43% up. And after hours, slightly down about 0.56%. If you take a look, Nvidia made a very good opening. It opened at 126.8, but after opening high, it could not sustain and then it got down. And then after that, it moved sideways. But the good thing is it closed positive by the end of today. But if you take a look, all three major indices, they were all up. Let's take a look S&P. You see S&P was up about 0.40%, but the behavior was same. You see after opening, S&P also went down. So let's take a look Nasdaq. So Nasdaq was up about 0.60%. And similar behavior after opening it went down, then sideways movement. And Dow Jones 0.62% up, but Dow Jones movement was different from Nasdaq and S&P. You see there was no downward movement as much as we saw in case of S&P and Nasdaq. So mostly it was sideways today, ups and down for Dow Jones. And as you noted yesterday, Micron was able to beat the earnings, and after hours, Micron shares were up. And I had an opinion that today Micron would have a very good opening. So today, Micron was up about 14.73%. And I had the opinion also that this should take Nvidia also up today. But it did not happen that much. Nvidia went up and opened good, but overall, Nvidia's movement was disappointing to me. It does not make sense why Nvidia closed just less than 1% today. We'll try to take a look when we'll discuss news regarding Nvidia, the reason behind today's Nvidia's movement. Moving on further on Nvidia. So Nvidia 5 days still up 6.03%. Last 1 month is down 1.91%. Last 6 months 34% up. And year to date 157.50% up. So when Nvidia was up about 140% year to date, and I had the opinion that Nvidia can go further up. So from that point, Nvidia went up about 17%, and that's a good move in just few weeks. But still, there is chance for Nvidia to go further up and try to test all-time high. Now let's take a look forward P for Nvidia and other AI stocks. Nvidia forward P at this point is 40.27, slightly higher than yesterday. And also I mentioned that 40 forward PE is comparatively a stable forward PE for Nvidia. So whenever it goes down below 40 or above 40, it tries to go back to 40. So around 40, that's why you see some resistance on Nvidia to go further up. Some consolidation is happening around 40. Palantir 109.12. I guess Palantir went down today, but compared with last week ending, there was no major change. SMCI 12.66. The major reduction or drop today. I will discuss the reason behind it. One of the major factor what I learned was this news that says US Justice Department probes Supermicro computer. So after this news, SMCI went down about 14%. In the morning, SMCI also had a very good opening, 471.58, much better than the previous day closing price, but it could not sustain it. This morning, after seeing SMCI is down about 13 or 14%, I made another buy for SMCI around 490. So I'm still on positive side even after hours, but overall, I am on negative on SMCI, a big loss on SMCI. But I think from here SMCI should catch up. I do not see SMCI to go further down below 370 in next few days. Now let's take a look percentage change analysis for Nvidia. So at this point, based on the cumulative percentage change, Nvidia is up about 6.57% from the previous earnings announcement. So with that being said, Nvidia still has more chances to go further up versus going down in next few days. So it's just a matter of time when Nvidia get a new surge. Now let's take a quick look on the technical charts for Nvidia. You see 180-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia on your screen and also the Fibonacci levels. As I mentioned yesterday, that 125.3 was a good resistance level and won't be very easy for Nvidia to break it and try to test the next resistance level. So some resistance Nvidia should face around 125. So today Nvidia again tried to break 125 and it did somewhat, but it could not sustain above 125 and it got a pushback and now it's trading around 123. The next level of support is 115 and after that is 108. But I don't think that in next few days Nvidia will try to test 115. Probably more sideways movement we can expect tomorrow for Nvidia. Now let's take a look MACD chart. So based on the MACD chart, you see at this point not enough momentum on Nvidia as a drop after reaching that level. Again, it's a similar behavior what we noted here. So after reaching this level, we saw the sharp drop in the past as well, right? So similar behavior, I think we can see here. But as we noted before, it did not go further down below zero. So here, that's what I think. NVIDIA can do some sideways movement tomorrow and also Monday next week. But also, there's some chances that Monday NVIDIA get more positive momentum and can go further up. Now, let's take a look some news regarding NVIDIA. So starting with this one that says shares of semiconductor and chip stocks are trading higher following strong earnings from Micron. So that's what I expected yesterday that high tech and other AI stocks should get some benefit from Micron positive earnings report. And also Micron gave a very positive outlook for the AI driven forecast. Now let's take a look this one that says Nvidia the stock looks even better after the latest bullish signal. Let's try to open it. So it says that Micron's positive AI commentary should not come as a huge surprise, but it could nonetheless help support AI plays like Nvidia. Nvidia stock has been seeing new shine lately after some prior cooling of the artificial intelligence trade, and there is yet another bullish signal for investors on Thursday. So, based on this analysis, it looks that they are very positive about Nvidia's bullish behavior in the future. So, it does not make sense to me why Nvidia was under pressure today. But this guy is not very optimistic on Nvidia, and this is from Appaloosa David's Pepper. He explains why he's not buying Nvidia on the dip here. Probably he might have his own reasons. We need to watch this video. I cannot play it here, but If you're interested, you can watch his video, or you can find from the YouTube. So now this one is a good one for the LLM powered by NVIDIA. So it says EXL launches a specialized insurance large language model powered by NVIDIA. So that's a good thing. We were expecting some good projects around large language model. I hope other companies would follow this direction and more companies would share their projects on large language model, and that should boost Nvidia's future outlook as well. So now Nvidia is back in the $3 trillion club. What comes next for the stock? So that's a good thing. Nvidia is back on track to claim again the $3 trillion club. So if you take a look each and every news, I do not find any specific reason or analysis that can tell why Nvidia was under pressure today. And even the weekly initial jobless claims that got reported today, the actuals came lower than the forecast, 21K versus 224K. And that should be a good news for the market. So market overall was up, but only Nvidia and some other AI stocks were under pressure. And tomorrow we have the PC index data due. The forecast is 2.3%. The last time the actuals came 2.5% versus the forecast of 2.6% in last month. So in this cycle, I'm guessing the actual should go down. So the actual should either match the forecast or should come a little higher than the forecast. That's what I think. And regarding the core PC index, you see the actual last cycle came 2.6%, slightly lower than the forecast of 2.7%. And this cycle forecast, I do not have it here, but probably in my opinion, the actuals would come about 2.5 or 2.6%, looking at the historical data for last 3 months. So tomorrow's market movement probably would largely depend on the PC index data. So the good thing is, in my opinion, if there are no negative news, probably Nvidia should not go try touching the 108 level, right? So it should either move sideways or try to gain more momentum early next week. And that is my opinion. Now let's take a look other AI stocks. So regarding the stocks on my watch list, you see it's a mixed picture. Some are positive, some are negative. The highest positive change is on AMD, 3.38%. The largest negative change is on SMCI, that is 12.17%. But I guess SMCI should try to recover either on Friday or Monday next week. So I guess that's all about NVIDIA analysis and assessment for tomorrow and early next week. I hope you like the video. And I also uploaded the Excel sheets that I shown in this video, and they are available in my Patreon account. Thank you so much for your appreciation and watching this video. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.